Alright, today's the day. I'm going to find out if my mold is going to work. I don't know if I'll actually be able to use the parts that I'll be casting here, but we're going to give it a try. We're also going to find out if this resin is any good. I haven't opened it. It's liquid, so there's promise there. Yeah, so we're gonna let it rip and wish me luck. First thing I'm going to do, put some baby powder in the mold, so hopefully things will pop out. I could probably use the cornstarch, probably works about the same, if I had to guess. But I'm just going to go with what people have already gone with. So it's 1 to 1. I probably need less than a teaspoon. Shoot well. Much thinner and runnier than I expected. There. I got plenty left. What am I going to do with it? But I'm going to let that set up. And hopefully I get some nice smooth domes out of it. See you back after these messages. Alright, we're going to check on that mold. It's been several hours since I poured it. So we'll see what we've got. Hopefully something I can use. Sure about that one. It's got a bit of a texture. Not as glassy smooth as I was hoping for. This is probably if that's serviceable or not. It's a little, it's not as smooth as I hoped. But, let's see, here's one of these little ones. If I sand it down, I mean, it's gotta be smaller than that. Let me see. Let me try sanding one. Do just a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know if that picks up on the camera, but that is what I'm looking for. I just wish the surface on the dome side was a little bit smoother. Yes, that is so much better. Although their surfaces are not as smooth as I want, it's something I can work with. I can very finely sand these with like some 6000 grit sandpaper, primer and paint them, it'll be pretty good. The only problem I have now, I have those two, which are the large eyes. There's one small one, and what I thought I was going to use for small is going to be the big, so obviously I can't use that. That's enormous. So I got to figure out something for that guy. Alright, so one thing I have noticed is that the original large eye that came with the kit, there's the other one, and there's the little one, it actually almost fits the small space here. So I wonder, I'm sure what I could do is just sand this guy down a little bit so it fits, and then I have all three. And actually, to give you a size comparison, let me hold up. I don't know if I can get that off the ground. There we go. So these two, you can see the size difference. Actually, a better way to see it is this. You can see that all the way around. It's like a millimeter all the way around. So it's a significant difference. So I'm gonna sand this guy and hope for the best. Still too big. Needs to be smaller still. I think I'm going to call that one good. It's super close to the edge, but I kind of like it. So I'm going to leave that one as it is where it is now. I've sanded it down a whole lot to get it to that size. So next up, I need to finish these guys, get them really super smooth with some very high grit paper, primer them, paint them black, gloss coat them, and then I can start finishing this guy up, actually throwing some primer on it and getting it painted. So yeah, getting there. Alright, I am going to start with some 2000 here, just to take off the surface and any little protruding bumps. I can basically scratch it a little bit with my fingernail and that green stuff comes off. So I'm gonna, this will help really smooth it out nice. And yeah, it's way better. I mean, it's still dirty, but it's much smoother. I can feel it much better. Yeah, this one's still a bit rough here. All right, got some 3000. Okay, I've got them both done, sanded to 3000 grit. I could go up to 5, but it seems excessive because of how I'm going to apply the paint. I'm going to do primer, a flat black, and then I'm going to do a gloss coat over the top of that to get that really glassy shine. And I think that's going to be the best way to do it. I could do the reason why I don't want to do a gloss black paint is because the only gloss black I have is a enamel, like a cheap tester's enamel, and I don't like spraying that stuff. So I'm going to do flat black, acrylic, and then clear gloss coat over the top. Okay, I'm about to start doing some priming and painting, and I have not done this in a very long time, so I don't want to say a very long time. It's been a while. Overdue. Alright, I had to completely disassemble this thing, clean it out thoroughly, and replace the part, which was the pin here that allows this to spring up and down. I broke another exact same airbrush before, and so I kept it for spare parts, and I'm glad I did, because this piece, it's not totally bad. It's just sometimes it sticks down, and I couldn't figure out how to free it other than just lifting it. Didn't have the spring to push back, so I swapped in the other one. Works perfect now. Hey guys, I'm going to shoot a little black paint on the eyes today in just a moment. It's been probably 16 hours since I primered these, and I like to let primer cure up really well, even though it's probably done in just a couple minutes. One of the reasons though is I use the same thinner that I used for the paint, so I find that it has less issue, or at least I've never had an issue by letting it cure longer. I don't know if it does make a difference or not, but I just keep doing it because I've had no problems with that. Anyways, I'm also in no rush, so as you can tell. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to use Tamiya flat black for this because I just want it to be a pure black. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Everything else I'm going to do is going to be an Archive X color. I don't think that there's just a pure black for Archive X. Looks good. Here they are in their flat black glory. I'm going to let this set up for a little bit, and then I'm going to hit it with some clear gloss. Our little Tamiya clear gloss. It's not something I would normally use, but if you need something shiny, there's various clear gloss paints you can get. I just chose that one because I've sprayed a lot of Tamiya. There's some other ones that were in rattle cans, and other ones that were other brands that I'd never bought their paint before, so I was like, I'm gonna go with Tamiya. I know their stuff, so not too concerned on them. All right, I'm gonna spray the clear acrylic. It's been probably an hour. Ran a little errand in between spraying, so gonna get that started off here. I'm not sure if I need to thin this stuff. It looks pretty thin. I don't know. It's shiny now, but we can do multiple coats of the clear coat. And that will give it that extra shiny look, which I'm probably gonna do at least 2 coats of that. Downside to anything gloss is it's hard to tell when it's dry. So it doesn't take long when you airbrush it, but still can't tell. Alright, just to give you a little comparison, this is the original little dome thing they give you for the eye. It's pretty shiny, and then this is the one I made out of resin that I've been painting and gloss coating, and I might even do another gloss coat. Here we are with our shiny new eyes. I'm going to let these set up for quite a while, and hopefully they look as good as they do now when they dry 100%. And then it'll be time to primer the rest of the bot. Yeah, that's about to happen. I primered the head of it because I had some extra primer, but yeah, I got to primer the rest of this bad boy, and it's not a big model, so it won't take long. And then it's on to paint, and that won't take me long. So, coming soon. Okay, we've got some results here. This is the ones, these 2 large ones are the ones that I made. That's an original unaltered one, and that is one of the large ones from before that I sanded down to make it a little bit smaller to be used as the small eye replacement. Actually, let me here's the original small eye for comparison. You can see how much larger the ones I'm going to use are versus the ones I'm not going to use are. I think it's going to make a big difference on how it looks in the end. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. They're good dome spherical lenses, whereas these I don't believe are actually spherical. I think they're actually a little bit squatty or something like that, but they weren't hemispheres in the first place anyway. But I think that this is going to work and look so much better. It's going to fill the space better and give it that proper to the edge look that I'm looking for. Anyways, that's it for today.